Well, hi everyone. I just want to say a massive thank you to all of the people I've connected with on Clubhouse in this last year. From February, the end of February, I spent around about 9 months on Clubhouse, and then I've taken a few weeks off. The reason I've taken a few weeks off is there's an amazing development happening with Transform Global, where amazingly I've been able to join the dots between two phenomenal projects that I have met, or the founders of which that I have met and on Clubhouse, actually from the early days, and we've continued to communicate over the last weeks and months. But especially about 4 or 5 weeks ago, we realized actually Transform Global, the model for a new world bank but better, really could do with two cornerstone projects that are very practical and very game-changing in terms of what they can do for all of the sustainable development goals. So that's essentially what I've been working on, that collaboration, not just with those two projects, one around reinventing construction, and this is, I want to shout out to Kim Christofte at Builder 360, a most remarkable system to reinvent how houses and commercial buildings can be developed, affordable luxury or highly affordable homes, or homes that can be delivered for disaster and relief situations, because these homes can not only be built, they can be dismantled and moved, and for the typical homeowner, they can move and change with life. It's a phenomenal system that Kim has developed and proven by getting houses out there into the field over the last few years, and now it's time to scale it. And it's time to scale it alongside the most remarkable technology around solar energy roofs that can be incorporated into these houses, and where and buildings, and where the energy actually doesn't just have to be to power the homes or the grid. It can do some very exciting things on top. And separately, Carlos Cavallero Nunes. Hi, Carlos. Again, the most amazing person who I've been fortunate enough to meet. We decided to have a joint conversation with Kim and realized that actually Carlos's technologies around reinventing the electric motor and other related technologies, it's just incredible. And by putting these two innovators together, just amazing things are coming, seemingly coming to fruition at record speed. So what I also realized is it would help if we could introduce some contacts who have, for example, for the builder system, the architectural experience and the development experience to really ramp up the sales and prove that not only this works at small scale, but much larger scale. Now, this is already in play. What Kim has already done and what he's got in play has been incredible. But ultimately, what's happened over the last few weeks is this partnership is coming together where we have Susan Tate and her business partner Joseph for Studio 2 in London. Sustainable architecture, many of you may know, who have looked at the builder system and absolutely are taken by it and want to use this in many developments going forward. And also a group from Norway, most incredible Thomas and Lars and Roger and Kim, another Kim, King Munkvold, who have come together because of an introduction also that came from Clubhouse of Teddy Slavcheva and Siv, who works with her on the SOO.no, the sustainable magazine, and also So Sustainability The Room on Clubhouse. So thanks to Teddy and Siv, that collaboration has happened where the Cashflow Group in Norway, in Stavanger, have potentially hundreds, the land that they either own or have optioned or been offered to them, hundreds of cabins or homes that can be built over the next few years, and that's their business model anyway. But what this builder system can do is make those houses faster, to be more affordable in many cases, and also to have just an incredible user experience for the homeowner or for the partners in that enterprise. So very simply, what we've been able to do is put together the motor technology with the home building technology, and potentially hundreds of millions of euros or dollars or pounds of development projects that are in play. So this has all happened over the last few weeks. And while we're not yet funded, we're still raising the £3 million that will enable us to kick off. What that 3 million will enable us to do is really ramp and help both Builder and what we're calling Power. This is Carlos's Matrix or Aurora Industrial Machines, the Matrix machine, and helping that develop to go into manufacturing. There's potential orders of over 3,000 machines that have come over because of conversations that are occurring and collaborations. That one because of George Fernandez, also from Clubhouse. So what we've been doing is these incredible Zoom calls where we're bringing people together. Debbie Carlton now in Portugal and London, who has brought contacts who are potentially interested with the Scottish government. There's many exciting collaborations happening as a result. So the goal basically is to close the £3 million. That helps us launch what we need to do for the bank to help support the projects as talked about and fund the development initially, putting in and bringing in other sources of finance. And the goal then is for us to close a 50 million, what would be our 50 million seed round, and that will enable us then to put about £15 million to really get behind these combined projects in the best way. So I wanted just to give this explanation of why I've not been on Clubhouse for the last few weeks, why it's so incredibly exciting, and the potential of both Carlos's innovations for reinventing motors that are quite considerably more efficient than standard motors and many times more reliable. The potential for climate solutions is just remarkable, the amount of carbon that could be taken out of the atmosphere. From Builder's perspective, it's the same, because these homes can be energy independent, they can be off-grid, they can be producing their own energy, and they can, because of some of the work Carlos is doing, they can be capturing carbon. On their own, they can sequester. Rather than be a carbon cost, they can be carbon neutral and regenerative with some really exciting developments. So when you look at these game-changing initiatives, they're just incredible. And I feel the luckiest man alive right now to be pulling these people together and really helping strategize and develop these ideas, especially so the bank, when it's operational, can really fully get behind them. So that's why I'm sending this message. I just wanted to say this is the Cheshire Plain. This is where I am, up visiting my mother. She lives at the bottom of the hill over there. It's called Mowcop, where I am, this little area. Cheshire is in front of me, behind the camera, and sorry, Staffordshire is that way, and Cheshire is behind me. And yeah, so that's where I am. I came up yesterday to spend time with my mother and my brother, my girlfriend, my darling girlfriend Margot. She's still in London, but with her son, and having a great time, but I miss her very much. So anyway, I'll be back in London in a few days' time, and I will be restarting my Clubhouse rooms possibly between Christmas and New Year, but certainly from the first week of January. I want to go back to that 3 times a week routine, and that will enable us to have the discussions around system innovation and finance, and funding the global goals, which is the name of our project, as you might know. But I want to wish you all a real happy Christmas and a fantastic 2022. Despite what is going on with COVID, there's been incredible things happening in this year. Of course, we've lost many incredible people, and my thoughts and prayers are with people who have lost loved ones, or where their lives have been significantly affected. So we have to always, consider people who are less fortunate than ourselves. Whatever privilege we might enjoy wherever we live, we also have to recognize that even while COVID is such a blight on the world, many people are living in terrible conditions with economies that are dramatically imbalanced, and they're living in the extremes of poverty without access to sanitation, to clean water. I want to shout out to people who I've met on Clubhouse as well, some specific. In Nigeria, I want to say hi to Ibrahim and to Alawea, who are doing incredible things in northern Nigeria, in Kano. To Adonis in Uganda, who's working with refugees and who also has and the cholera outbreak in the Nakivale camp that's been there since the 50s. It's hard to imagine a camp with a couple of 100,000 people that has been there since the 1950s, so now with a couple of 100,000 and still getting more on a daily basis. Adonis, it's been great to meet you on this platform. I'd also want to shout out to Oscar and to who's in Kenya with a real fascinating story, a deep sense of humanity, and also challenging conditions. There's so many people who are amazing people who frankly deserve a better future, and that's what I'm working for. So even though I've been a little quiet on Clubhouse, it doesn't mean I've been quiet through what I've been doing. And these innovations, these developments, ultimately they're not just for rich countries, they are for many parts of the world, and that's really the focus. A new World Bank but better is really about getting money to where it can better serve people and planet. So I just want to send that reminder that we're doing these things for a reason. Yes, we can perhaps make money and hopefully do good things with that money, but especially we're doing it to help people around the world, and that economic activity that can be regenerative and help fund the solutions that people of the world really need: commercial enterprises, profit with purpose, impact ventures, and of course appropriate NGO and philanthropic activity as well. So that's it. I just wanted to come out into the open, into this chilly now, it's 24th of December, and say to you all, I hope you're fortunate enough to spend time with family, but if you're not, we now have a Clubhouse family. Clubhouse has changed my life, and I know it's giving people the ability to connect with people who they can find their tribes or their interconnecting tribes, people who can mean a lot to us all. So to everybody else I've met on Clubhouse, many people, June and Stephanie and Bev, and the list is endless. To Chris, I mean, there's so many people who I can't shout out to, but I wanted to say I really do appreciate getting to know you all, and look forward to restarting my rooms in the new year. So have a lovely time. Bye everyone.